Located just outside of Orlando, Florida, Montverde Academy has a basketball program that has established itself as one of the best in America. Head coach Kevin Boyle has been around the game for quite a while, and he knows a five-star talent when he sees one. From his days at St. Patrick High School in New Jersey, when he coached Kyrie Irving and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, to his most recent success at Montverde with the likes of Ben Simmons and D'Angelo Russell, he's coached several players who've gone on to the pros. So when he says RJ Barrett is the best player in the country, he's serious about it.
He's had an excellent chance to be Player of the Year this year, which to me is really hard for anybody even to have a discussion. I think second, there's some good players, but it's pretty significant. I remember years ago when I had Kyrie Irving and people were comparing Corey Joseph to him, and he was really good. But it was real clear if you knew the game that he's really good and going to be a pro, but Kyrie Irving's going to be a star. And, you know, the same thing with this year. Some of the guys are good, but all I have to say is he had 38 against the United States college players. He deserves to be the National Player of the Year, and that should be close to a unanimous vote, really.
The 38 points against the United States that Boyle mentioned is in reference to last summer's FIBA U19 World Cup. RJ, a native of Ontario, led the Canadian U19 team to the gold medal. That run included a stunning semifinal upset of a heavily favored United States team that featured some of the best players in the 2017 and 2018 classes. In addition to his 38 points, RJ had 13 rebounds and 5 assists in that game and was named MVP of the tournament.
You know, definitely winning a gold medal for Canada is just something very special to me because, you know, anytime you get to represent your countries, you know, it's just a great feeling. So to be able to win for the country, that was just an amazing experience.
It was great to see them win the gold. I mean, they beat Canada, the United States, their first loss in 6 or 7 years, and RJ not only beat them, he had 38 points against America. And the more impressive thing, though, was he had a lot of rebounds and assists throughout the tournament. And that's where I think his game's really grown, that he's learned how to make other players better.
RJ is the son of Rowan Barrett, a former college star at St. John's who played professionally for a number of teams around the world. He's now the Executive Vice President and Assistant General Manager for Canada Basketball. RJ grew up in a number of different countries as the family followed his dad's playing career. But when it was time for young RJ to find the right school, his dad thought sending him to a highly competitive place like Montverde would be the best move.
You know, his dad runs basically Canada Basketball, and I think he knew he had a possibility of being an NBA player down the road, so he put him here where he thought was the best place in the country.
Coming to Montverde, I wanted a challenge, so it's definitely challenging top teams in the country just to learn from Coach Bull every day is a pretty amazing experience. I didn't really know much. I knew I just wanted to come and be challenged every day and, you know, on and off the courts, and this was the perfect place.
Today it's just reality that it is a business later on for these kids, and part of what happens now affects how you start in that business. So being in the right school, with the right coaches, with the right discipline in the school basketball and in the school community, it's really valuable to helping him grow to the #1 player, which he clearly deserves.
Under Boyle's instruction, RJ has developed into the 5-star talent his father envisioned. Many scouts agree with Boyle's assessment that RJ is the top player in the 2018 class.
Definitely one of my goals growing up. My dad and I talked about it from a very young age. I wanted to be #1, and I was able to achieve that.
I think RJ's developed a lot in the last 3 years. He came here as a freshman, had, you know, the look of somebody that could be really good. He needed to learn how to practice harder, how to get more focused, things that you should have to do at that age when you're, you know, a young kid in 9th grade. But his development has been, you know, 1, with work ethic, tremendous improvement. 2, with maturity, he's really matured. 3, with a combination of the stuff we've developed here with our skill work. And we take a lot of pride in getting guys individually better.
I think really just an aggressive player, offensively, defensively, really, you know, rebound, score, pass, anything really the team needs.
Some of the things that make RJ a special player is, you know, he's been gifted by God with an incredible basketball body. About 6'7", long. He's got a lot of length. At the same point, he's strong. He's got an explosive first step, a long first step, and he jumps off the floor, really a quick jumper and a high jumper. So he's got all those athletic traits that you would want in a great basketball player that's a wing.
Over the past year, RJ has been taking extra classes so he can graduate in his 3rd year at Montverde. He's reclassified from the 2019 class to the 2018 one, and he is signed to play for the Duke Blue Devils next season.
I mean, it was a long process. I mean, it was kind of my dream school growing up, and to be able to go there now, Like I said, in some ways it's similar to Montverde, which is why it was easier to pick it, but it's a great school.
RJ has been open about the fact he'll likely only play 1 year of college basketball, as he's projected as the top pick in the 2019 NBA draft. And he plans to keep it that way.
Definitely getting drafted #1 is a goal for me after 1 year of university, and then playing a great career in the NBA and being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I think RJ's a humble kid, a mature kid, and I think he's got the making and the attitude of potentially being a top 10 NBA player. It's that's a process, and there's no guarantee of it, and it's a fine line between a guy or two that keeps developing and stays hungry and gets there, and a guy who doesn't want to put the time in, especially if you're making money, and is happy being a top 80 guy, top 60 guy.
Being the top player in the nation is the fulfillment of a vision RJ and his father have had. So you can bet that there's no goal in the future that is too high for RJ to reach.